Welcome back to A Little Book Club. I'm John.
I'm Matt.
And this is going to be our gory, detailed spoiler review.
Spoiler heavy. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to put graphics because I don't
nothing is going to be off limits. We're diving deep.
Yeah, we are
into
diving deep. If you've seen our
The Rise of Skywalker. I want to say the name.
Right.
Rise of Skywalker.
As she said her name at the end.
Oh, that's right, because she was the Rise
of Skywalker.
The adopted Skywalker?
What the fuck?
Come on. Come on. Really? Soul bonding. That was a thing.
That happened.
Yeah, that happened.
And she should have been pregnant. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
She should have been somehow pregnant. They can create life together because of something.
Okay, yeah, that's true. Okay, so we have the, force powers that just suddenly appeared out of nowhere.
Right, and even if it was in some kind of, like, obscure lore from the books, and maybe you guys know of it.
That Disney disavowed.
Or even if it's in the canon books, it's a movie. And we have to know.
You have to give context somehow.
Right. And it looks like he completely threw away almost everything.
Yeah.
That
said, hey, the Force is just something that I'm going to make up now.
Well, it looked like he threw away everything that Rian Johnson did, which I didn't like The Last Jedi. But it's like he did everything except he's like... I heard somebody say it's like he went through all like the Reddit posts and made like well, what are people liking? I'm like, oh, they like Raylo. We should put that together.
Let's have them.
They kind of like that thing where they could like pass stuff around. He liked giving the dice. Yeah. You know, like what the shit.
Oh, what's even better is let's make up a word that explains their condition that somehow did exist, but just no one talked about it because it happened so rarely.
What was it again? Octomonkabon?
A diarad or
a
dyad?
Or a hexagon?
Where two people connected through the Force. It was. Oh my goodness.
God.
I mean, the effects were good.
Yeah.
And then there was...
If you're new to this channel, be sure to like and subscribe.
Yeah. Watch our other stuff. We're more talkative.
Yeah, we're usually happier folks.
Yeah, this was awful.
Hey, look, all movies subjective. And look, I think...
Look, they had a cavalry of alien horses riding on top of a Star Destroyer because somehow they knew, even though it was never mentioned before, that Star Destroyers have speeder jammers on them. Why does a Star Destroyer need a speeder jammer? How many people are riding speeders on top of a Star Destroyer? That's not what they're made for. Why?
I don't know. That's really the least of my troubles.
That's only one thing. That annoyed the shit out of me.
Okay.
And so
the Emperor
just
shoehorned into it for no reason.
Showed up.
And then lightning powers
and then Snoke, that was me.
Yeah. And then you two from generations can create life. And that's why she should have been pregnant.
Suck the power out of you. And then what does he do with it? He sky beams it. Disney, why? Star Wars was the only franchise in the sci-fi universe that didn't do sky beams. It literally could not do a sky beam. It had a beam that, shot out and blew up planets. Oh, but now we have a whole fleet of Star Destroyers that can do that, so that's no big deal. But suddenly we have the Emperor can blow up just like electrocute everybody in the sky.
And then what happened to the rule of two? Like they were like, there's just two ways.
There is no two, but there's no rules. There's no rules. There's no order. And then not to mention like the really terrible Poe, Finn, and whoever else they could throw into the mix. Oh, and here's another one. Why do
people die of force exhaustion?
Force exhaustion.
What is that?
So Luke Skyped through the Force and died. Leia tweeted through the Force and died. Ben, hello, can you hear me, Ben? Hashtag I love you.
Yeah.
And then die.
And then
And then Ben trades his soul force healing to bring Rey back to life just enough for them to make out a little bit, and then he dies.
Yeah.
Very Romeo and Juliet, but awful.
Yeah, like honestly, at that point, just keep him alive.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I mean, I get everybody said he had to die.
Oh yeah, I love the part where they have C-3PO sacrifice his memory, but oh wait, we had a backup the whole time, so that really wasn't a sacrifice.
Well, that was another.
You just undo everything they did.
No.
Just
Yeah,
undo it.
Well,
like, here's something.
But here's the thing: they threw everything that could have been like a semi like. It's already obvious to the audience. They had to feel the need to go explain it.
Oh yeah,
within
all
like
the dialogue
a minute.
is expletive. All the dialogue is just telling you
It's
exactly
like,
what the story is.
Look what just happened. Let me explain what just happened. And I got a blueprint and I got data sheets for just what happened.
Yeah.
Basically.
Oh yeah, and I happen to know a person that can help us solve this problem that we just suddenly came up with. But it's gonna be hard to get there. It's
and
gonna
they
be
literally
awkward.
said with like a C-3PO there, he's like, doesn't R2-D2 have a backup? Oh, that's not faulty, or who knows?
It's unreliable.
It's unreliable, but obviously
okay, it wasn't that unreliable.
I mean, everybody knew
worked.
he was going to get his brain back.
That's stupid. And then I can translate Sith, but I can't tell you because of a rule nobody ever mentioned before about the Sith language.
Chewie walked into a ship, but there happened to be another ship, but Finn didn't realize that.
So he didn't really die, even though he died.
The Knights of Ren don't do anything.
And then she can use Force Lightning, but when her grandpa uses Force Lightning...
She uses a lightsaber.
Okay, so...
God...
There was just... And then everything
I'm pained.
Everything just happened one after the other.
I'm serious.
I know. I know.
Like,
okay.
I'm not good looking.
We could spend probably like 3 times as long as the movie actually lasted talking about how awful and all the different things they did wrong with the movie. The music was great.
Excellent.
The effects were great.
The acting
for what they had to work with,
but honestly,
was decent.
But the Emperor's acting was awful, and I don't necessarily think that was 100% his fault. I think they just gave him shit.
I mean, they gave everybody crap. I mean, they were telling them. I mean, they literally had a whole movie of people telling you what was happening in the movie rather than actually dialoguing.
His plot or whatever they wrote for him was the worst out of everything.
It
his
was
dialogue
weird
was
and
weird.
awful. A mysterious planet that nobody knew about, but kind of everyone knew about, that was hidden and he just kind of hid out at. That Luke was trying to find, but he didn't mention to anybody. But Ray did have a journal of his that happened to be all of his detailed notes about
and no one exactly
to
told why he was alive, whether he was fully a clone.
Or if he brought himself back to life.
He brought himself back. He said something about the stuff being unnatural, but then he said, you can create life. Something hadn't been seen in generations. Bullshit.
Yeah. And who is that whole cult of like stadium viewers who got slaughtered at the end, but were like sitting there chanting to him?
Yeah, I don't know.
That made... I don't know.
I don't know what's going on.
The whole thing was weird.
It was odd.
And nothing made... It just all like... It looked like the white... Like, there's... When writers come up with generate like story ideas, they have like these whiteboards or whatever they fill up with all of their ideas. I feel like that they did that and then didn't cut anything. They just put all of it into the movie.
Yeah, they didn't cut anything, yet they didn't cut anything... Little. But at the same time, they didn't give any of their ideas a chance to breathe whatsoever.
The most there was, like, you had the moment with, like, Kylo Ren turning from doing another switch, Aru, from Sith back to good, and having, like, the repeat
Honestly,
of his...
that was a good part.
That was actually, like, the part where I was like, hey, this actually was a developed moment.
But then... And he disappears.
It immediately,
But he doesn't. You don't see it all. Yeah. And then he just shows up at the end.
Yeah, just sort of like comes to save the day.
Right, just shows up at the end to save the day, and then dies instantly. And then Rise of Skywalker.
Oh yeah, I love how they have that one pose where they're sitting there both holding their blue lightsabers. Wasn't one of them green at one point?
No, I don't think so.
I thought one of them, like when Leia and Luke were jousting. With the same two lightsabers, one of them was green, one of them was blue.
No, remember, because that was a different lightsaber.
Okay.
Remember?
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, never mind.
Anyways,
okay. Anyway, so, they do that pose, and then immediately the Emperor, grabs them with the Force so they can't move, because even though he's a decrepit old man on the verge of death...
He still has superpowers.
He still is stronger than everybody else, apparently. At least context or something.
And then, okay... First off...
No tension, no build.
Palpatine...
Okay.
Yeah. But, why was she... She was his granddaughter. When did that happen?
That just,
what?
Okay. So, obviously, this is not our movie.
God,
This
it's
was-
hurting me to say that. I'm going to see it again, probably
Yeah.
2 or 3 times, because I'm a moron.
There will be scholars in 100 years that will like devote their whole lives to studying these movies and try to understand this.
And the psychological effect that
Yeah.
it had on a generation of people.
And it's gonna be weird.
That being said, I think a lot of casual fans will like it.
I think most people. I mean, it's like
I
a lot
can
of.
see a
It's
lot
like
of
the
people-
Marvel movies. It's like the DC movies. Even the bad ones, people are going to enjoy watching. And this
Yeah.
is probably going to break records. This is probably going to make all the money Disney wants it to make because
guess.
it is the juggernaut that it is.
And I don't know. I think if you're like if you've been paying attention and you love Star Wars, like we deeply love Star Wars, you probably won't like this movie very much.
Right. I mean,
or you'll have a lot of problems.
I
like we
I
did.
feel old school fans that are really into it and really want to see the story truly develop in the way that we know that it can.
Right.
Because it has been done more than once.
Yeah. And I'm saying probably. I'm not trying to be pretentious. Maybe
Right. I mean, maybe
yeah.
you really do like this. This could be just us.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, we've talked to other people after the movie, and
It seems like they kind of liked it overall.
They kind of liked it, but there was a lot of points that we made that they agreed with. I mean,
Yeah.
I have a feeling there's a lot of people who are going to feel like us, but if you liked it, we're not telling you not to enjoy it.
And I believe there was
Enjoy it.
a lot of good moments, and it had a skeleton of something great. The problem is, it
yeah.
put so much flesh and fat on that skeleton that it turned it into a monster.
Right. It needed
know
a
what I
lot
mean?
more
Like,
revising. But that's the
it was
case for a lot
ridiculous.
of the newer
It was-
movies. That
yeah,
I
I
just
don't
feel like
know.
there needed to be a lot more revision, a lot more working out the details.
I don't know. Yeah, it just.
but anyway,
I think
so-
honestly, it's because I love Star Wars so much
Right.
that I'm so passionately
and
upset
I'm
about
like
it.
really, it grates on my nerves when you see like just the over amount of sort of cheesy and nostalgia kind of scenes, and that happened again. It was a lot more in Force Awakens. There was a whole lot more nostalgia in Force Awakens.
They did a lot of like
But
saying
there were-
things that were nostalgic, but they didn't hit similar story beats.
Yeah, I mean, anyway, so it's all this it was off for us. If you've seen our spoiler-free review, we did give it some numbers. I gave it a 3.99
I gave it a 5.
because I just can't.
I'm hoping I'll watch it
can't do
again.
it.
It won't bother me as much. But I mean, I'm really wanting to like this.
There's a
movie.
chance I'm gonna watch it again at some point. I still don't think I've been able to bring myself to watch The Last Jedi, to be honest with you.
I've watched
Very much. I mean, maybe I've seen it twice, and I just can't do it. And I'm going to feel the same about this movie. I already feel like it's going to take a lot for me to watch this again.
It's made me sick a little bit. Like seriously, the fact that like I feel like I know it's just a movie, but it's not just a movie to a lot of people.
Right.
It's
I mean,
like
this
something
is
we grew up with.
this was a generational thing. My parents went to it on a date to see
Right.
the original Star Wars. I grew up. I went and saw all the prequels.
Yeah.
In the movies, I've seen all of these in the theaters. You know, it's a touchdown.
All right, yeah, okay. So we're wrapping this up.
We're rambling.
We are.
Apologize.
But really quick.
This is therapeutic for us. I think
on the Pantheon, we literally just did our top 10 Star Wars. Okay,
Yeah.
and we're not going to go back through our list.
No, but you
go check out that if you can. We'll post it somewhere.
At this point, I can almost.
But where would you, out of the 11 now, where is it?
All right. Where I put Force Awakens, I'm gonna like put it below that.
Below it, like in
Below
a bad
Force,
way.
below, but it's lower on my list than Force Awakens.
In a good way or a bad way?
Force Awakens I consider better than this.
Okay. So like basically wherever you put that, then it would be like from worst
Force
to best.
Awakens is
Better.
just one higher than this now.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
that's saying a lot for me.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's just the disappointment's so fresh with it. It's
Right.
hard,
We
it's hard
may
to
come
do
back
that.
and
Yeah.
we'll do some other videos that kind of recap our year of movies, and so we may revisit it then.
Yeah.
And kind of maybe come at it
Like
from a distance.
10 worst disappointments. of the
Right,
year.
right. So anyway, let us know in the comments below. Maybe you liked it. Maybe
I
you
hope
disagree
you
with
liked
us
it.
completely.
I hope you loved it.
Let us know what you liked about it.
I hope you love it,
Yeah,
man.
because we want something good to come into this world from this. And
please.
it's just not hitting there for us. So anyway, like and subscribe, do all the things, see our other videos. We're excited about The Witcher coming out tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. We're
So
gonna throw up a lot of stuff
be
on
ready
that.
for that. And sorry about the rambling nature of this video, but it hurt.
It did hurt.
And-
It did hurt. It did hurt. Bye.
Bye.